Imagine waking up tomorrow morning and feeling a little heavier than you'd like. That stubborn belly fat that refuses to budge, no matter how many diets you try or how many workouts you force yourself through, seems to have taken permanent residence. But here's the truth that most people don't realize. Your morning routine, that very first hour after you open your eyes, holds the key to unlocking fat-burning potential you've been ignoring. It's not just about what you eat or how hard you sweat later in the day. It's about what you do the moment you wake up, before coffee, before breakfast, before the distractions of the day start pulling you in every direction. When you wake up, your body is in a unique state. Overnight, it is repaired, regenerated, and replenished certain energy stores. Your hormones, especially insulin and cortisol, are at levels that can either help you burn fat efficiently or store more of it. The choices you make in those first few minutes of consciousness can set the tone for your metabolism, your energy, and your fat-burning potential for the entire day. Too many people grab their coffee and scroll their phones, sending their stress hormones skyrocketing and priming their bodies for fat storage instead of fat loss. You can do better. You must do better if you want to see real change. The first step is movement. Yes, it's tempting to hit snooze, to lie there and enjoy the comfort of your bed, but that small decision could be holding you back. A short, intentional routine, even just 5 to 10 minutes of stretching, light bodyweight exercises, or a brisk walk around your home, can ignite your metabolism in ways coffee never will. When you move your body, first thing, you awaken the muscles, stimulate circulation, and activate the nervous system in a way that tells your body, today is active, today is energy, today's transformation. Movement increases blood flow to the belly area, primes your digestive system, and signals your fat cells that energy is needed, not hoarded. Next, hydration. Your body has gone hours without water. This dehydration is subtle but powerful. It slows metabolism, increases fatigue, and makes your body cling to fat reserves. Drinking a glass of water immediately after waking up may seem simple, but it sends your metabolism into gear, flushes toxins, and aids digestion. Add a pinch of salt or a squeeze of lemon, and you enhance hydration and stimulate digestive enzymes that support fat breakdown. Water is the silent hero of fat loss. You can't out-exercise dehydration, and no coffee will replace the benefits of properly rehydrating. Breathing is another overlooked tool. Deep mindful breathing can regulate cortisol, the stress hormone that encourages fat storage, particularly around the midsection. Take a few minutes to breathe deeply, expanding your diaphragm, slowing your heart rate, and focusing your mind. This practice alone helps shift your body from a state of stress to a state of readiness. When cortisol drops, your body becomes more efficient at burning fat, and your energy stabilizes, giving you the mental clarity to make better choices all day long. Now think about fasting. That doesn't mean starving yourself or following extreme diets. Intermittent fasting, or simply delaying breakfast while your body is already in a fat-burning state from an overnight fast, allows you to use stored fat for energy instead of immediately refueling with sugar and caffeine. When you engage in light movement while still in this fasted state, you maximize the potential of your body to tap into fat stores. Your metabolism becomes more flexible, your insulin sensitivity improves, and the stubborn belly fat finally begins to release its grip. Nutrition also matters. While this moment is before coffee, it's about what you prepare your body to receive later. Avoid sugar-heavy drinks or pre-made breakfast items that spike insulin immediately after waking. Instead, think ahead. Protein, fiber, and healthy fats later in the morning will stabilize energy and keep your metabolism elevated. But the foundation, the water, movement, and mindful breathing, is what allows your body to process that nutrition efficiently. Without this, no amount of healthy eating alone will target the belly fat as effectively. Consistency is critical. One morning of intentional action won't change your body, but the commitment to do this every day will. Your body responds to patterns, not occasional efforts. Over weeks, the combination of early morning movement, hydration, mindful breathing, and proper nutrition timing reshapes your metabolism. You'll notice more energy, better focus, and clothes fitting differently as fat begins to melt away, not because of extreme workouts or fad diets, but because you respected the power of your mornings. Mindset plays a huge role here as well. Don't think of this as another chore or something you have to do. Think of it as a gift to yourself, a daily investment in your health, your confidence, and your future self. Every time you choose to hydrate, move, and breathe instead of reaching for coffee or your phone, you're telling your body and your mind that you deserve better, that you are worth the effort, and that transformation is not just possible, it is inevitable when you take control of your mornings. You'll also notice mental benefits. As your body adapts to this morning routine, your stress diminishes, your mood improves, and your cravings lose their grip. You're no longer reacting impulsively to food or fatigue. Instead, you start your day in control, and that control carries over into every decision you make. What you eat, how you exercise, and even how you interact with others. Fat loss becomes a natural outcome of the discipline and focus you build in the first hour after waking. The science behind it is clear. Metabolism is highest when your body is activated and hydrated. Hormones like adrenaline and growth hormone, which aid in fat breakdown, are naturally higher in the morning and can be optimized with proper movement. Insulin sensitivity is best when fasting, allowing your body to use energy efficiently instead of storing it. Cortisol, while necessary for alertness, must be regulated, and mindful breathing helps accomplish that. Every aspect of this routine is supported by research, yet few people take advantage of it because they underestimate the power of the first hour. It's also about simplicity. You don't need a gym, a fancy supplement, or hours of cardio to start. All you need is your body, water, and a few minutes of focused energy. Small, consistent actions compound over time. The morning routine becomes the anchor for your day, a non-negotiable habit that supports your goals without overwhelming you. You'll find that as you maintain this routine, the rest of your day falls into place with more ease, and the belly fat that once frustrated you begins to vanish. Imagine looking in the mirror weeks from now and seeing a difference, not because you forced extreme diets or punishing workouts, but because you respected the power of your mornings. That stubborn belly fat that used to weigh you down physically and mentally is finally responding. Your energy is higher, your focus sharper, and your confidence stronger. You feel lighter, not just in body, but in mind and spirit. This is the result of intentional choices made consistently before the world demands your attention. This is the moment to take control. The first hour after waking is not just a time, it is an opportunity. An opportunity to turn your body into a fat-burning machine, to stabilize your hormones, to build mental clarity, and to create the discipline that shapes every other success in your life. The choice is simple, but it requires commitment, water, movement, breathing, and mindful preparation for what comes next. The rewards are extraordinary. The moment you open your eyes in the morning, your body is in a unique and powerful state, one that most people completely overlook. That first hour after waking sets the stage for everything that follows in your day. The choices you make in these early moments can either accelerate fat loss or quietly sabotage it. Many people reach for coffee, grab their phones, or start scrolling social media before even fully awakening, and in doing so they trigger stress hormones and send their metabolism into a sluggish state. What they don't realize is that the body is most receptive to transformation at this very time. When you prioritize your morning routine before coffee, you give yourself a window of opportunity that is unmatched in the rest of the day. It's a period when your hormones, your energy systems, and your metabolism are primed to work with you, not against you. Hydration is the first pillar of this routine. Overnight, your body has gone hours without water, and even mild dehydration slows metabolism, reduces energy, and makes it harder to burn fat. Drinking a full glass of water immediately upon waking is more than just a physical boost. It's a signal to your metabolism that the day has begun, that energy is needed, and that your body is ready to burn stored fat. Adding a small pinch of salt or a slice of lemon enhances this effect, supporting electrolyte balance and stimulating digestive enzymes, preparing the body to process nutrients efficiently later. Water is the silent engine of fat loss. Without it, no amount of exercise or diet will optimize fat burning, because your body simply cannot function at peak metabolic efficiency when dehydrated. Movement comes next. The importance of getting your body moving before coffee cannot be overstated. Even a short, focused routine of stretching, light calisthenics, or a brisk walk around the house awakens the muscles, stimulates circulation, and activates the nervous system. This early activation tells the body that energy is required, prompting fat cells to release stored energy for use. The first movement of the day also improves blood flow to the belly and abdominal region, areas where stubborn fat often lingers. This process not only physically primes the body for activity, but it also enhances mental clarity, focus, and energy, giving you a psychological edge to face the day with control and confidence. Mindful breathing is another critical, often overlooked component. The body's stress hormone cortisol is naturally higher in the morning to help wake you up, but if left unregulated, it can encourage fat storage, particularly around the midsection. Taking just a few minutes to engage in deep diaphragm, ADT breathing reduces cortisol levels, lowers stress, and helps your body shift into a state of readiness rather than tension. This controlled breathing improves oxygenation of tissues, supports energy production, and signals to your body that it is safe to utilize stored fat. It also sets a mental tone of focus and discipline, reinforcing the mindset that your morning is intentional and controlled, not reactive to the world around you. The timing of these actions before coffee is also crucial. Coffee, while often seen as a performance booster, is a stimulant that can amplify stress responses if consumed too early or too quickly after waking. Drinking coffee without first preparing your body with hydration, movement, and breathing means you are feeding your adrenal glands before they have a chance to naturally awaken and stabilize. This can lead to energy crashes later in the day, increased cravings, and reduced fat-burning efficiency. By completing these fundamental steps first, you maximize the benefits of any caffeine you choose to consume afterward, using it as a tool rather than a crutch. Consistency is the key to unlocking the power of this morning routine. One morning of hydration, movement, and mindful breathing won't create dramatic changes, but daily practice compounds over time. Your metabolism becomes more efficient, your hormones stabilize, and your body begins to rely on fat stores as a primary energy source during these early hours. This creates a ripple effect throughout the day, making subsequent meals, workouts, and lifestyle choices more effective. The routine anchors your day in discipline and intentionality, reducing the likelihood of impulsive decisions that undermine fat loss goals. This approach is also about simplicity and accessibility. You don't need expensive equipment, fancy supplements, or complex workout plans to begin this routine. All it takes is a glass of water, your own body weight, and a few intentional breaths. The barrier to entry is low, but the impact is profound. Small, consistent actions performed in these early moments compound into meaningful, lasting results. Over time, the body becomes conditioned to expect this activation each morning, metabolism ramps up, and stubborn belly fat begins to respond to the consistent supportive signals you provide. Mentally, this morning routine reinforces the idea that you are in control of your body and your life. Starting the day with purpose rather than reaction sets a tone of empowerment. Every time you choose hydration, movement, and mindful breathing before reaching for coffee, you are affirming to yourself that you have agency over your habits and your health. This mindset becomes a driving force behind every other decision you make. What you eat, how you exercise, and even how you interact with the world around you. The psychological impact is as powerful as the physical, creating a holistic approach to transformation that begins the moment you wake up. The first hour of your day is not just a routine. It is an opportunity to take control of your body's fat-burning potential. Hydration, movement, and mindful breathing before coffee optimize metabolism, regulate hormones, and set the mental tone for intentional, disciplined action. It is in these moments that transformation begins, not with extreme diets or punishing workouts, but with simple, consistent, and purposeful actions that prepare the body and mind to perform at their highest level. Over time, this routine rewires both your body and your habits, creating a foundation for sustained belly fat reduction, increased energy, and overall vitality. After waking, your body is in a state uniquely primed for fat burning, and leveraging this period correctly can dramatically influence your ability to lose belly fat. One of the most effective ways to do this is through fasting and using your hormonal advantage. Overnight, your body has gone many hours without food, naturally entering a fasted state. During this time, insulin levels are low, and growth hormone and adrenaline are elevated, conditions that make your body more likely to burn fat for energy. Most people overlook this window, immediately breaking the fast with breakfast or coffee, which spikes insulin and interrupts the body's natural fat-burning rhythm. By intentionally delaying intake for a short period and incorporating light activity, you can take full advantage of the body's natural hormonal environment. Fasting in the morning does not mean extreme deprivation. It simply means allowing your body to continue using stored energy for a little longer. Even 1 or 2 hours of maintaining this fasted state can encourage the breakdown of stored fat, particularly in stubborn areas like the belly. The body prefers to use glycogen first, but once glycogen is slightly depleted after overnight rest, it turns to fat as a primary energy source. When you engage in light movements such as stretching, bodyweight exercises, or walking, your muscles signal a demand for energy, prompting fat cells to release stored triglycerides into the bloodstream to fuel activity. This process is highly efficient when insulin is low and cortisol and growth hormone are balanced. Hormonal balance is critical in this process. Insulin, the hormone that regulates blood sugar, plays a key role in fat storage. When insulin is elevated, fat is stored rather than burned. Overnight, insulin is naturally low, and fasting prolongs this state, creating an optimal window for fat burning. Growth hormone, which spikes during sleep and fasting, enhances fat mobilization and supports muscle preservation. By aligning your actions with the see natural hormonal peaks, you maximize fat loss while minimizing muscle breakdown. Adrenaline, also elevated in the morning, further supports the breakdown of fat and provides energy for light movement or exercise. Most people unknowingly sabotage this process by eating too early or consuming sugar-heavy coffee drinks, causing insulin spikes and reducing the body's reliance on stored fat. The concept of fasted morning movement is particularly powerful. When you exercise or engage in activity before eating, your body is forced to utilize internal energy reserves. Your muscles draw on glycogen stores first, but once these begin to deplete, fat becomes the primary fuel source. Even gentle activity, like a brisk walk or a series of stretches, signals your body to mobilize stored fat. This effect is amplified when you're consistent, making the body more metabolically flexible over time, able to efficiently switch between burning carbohydrates and fat for energy. This metabolic flexibility is essential for long-term fat loss, helping your body respond more effectively to both diet and activity. Fasting also improves insulin sensitivity. When you delay breakfast or avoid sugar-laden drinks early in the morning, your body becomes more efficient at using the insulin it produces later in the day. Improved insulin sensitivity allows your cells to absorb glucose more effectively, reducing fat storage and stabilizing energy levels. This is particularly important for belly fat, which tends to accumulate in response to chronic insulin spikes and poor glucose management. By using the morning fasted window strategically, you not only encourage fat burning but also reset the body's responsiveness to nutrients throughout the day. Hydration during fasting is another essential factor. Water intake supports cellular function, improves circulation, and helps flush toxins from the body. Adding electrolytes or a pinch of salt can enhance this effect, supporting energy levels and fat mobilization. Dehydration, even mild, slows metabolic processes and can impair the effectiveness of fasted activity. By combining hydration with fasting and light movement, you create an environment in which the body can optimally burn fat while maintaining energy and focus. Consistency is key to harnessing the benefits of fasting and hormonal advantage. One morning of delayed breakfast or fasted movement will not produce dramatic results, but when this practice becomes habitual, the body adapts. Hormonal responses become more predictable, and efficient metabolic flexibility improves, and the ability to burn stubborn belly fat increases. The mental discipline required to maintain this routine also reinforces other positive behaviors throughout the day, from healthier food choices to more consistent exercise. It's important to approach fasting strategically rather than rigidly. Extreme restriction or prolonged fasting can backfire, increasing stress hormones and slowing metabolism. The goal is to extend the natural overnight fast just long enough to leverage low insulin, high growth hormone, and elevated adrenaline for fat mobilization. When paired with light activity and proper hydration, this period becomes a fat-burning powerhouse that most people overlook. Mindset plays a powerful role in sustaining this practice. Recognizing that your body is naturally optimized for fat burning in the morning can transform your approach to food and activity. Instead of rushing to eat or relying on stimulants, you approach the morning with intention, focusing on movements and habits that support transformation. This mindset reinforces consistency, making the routine easier to maintain over time and turning a simple daily choice into a long-term habit that reshapes your metabolism. Hormones and body composition. Over weeks, using fasting strategically in the morning results in noticeable changes. Stubborn belly fat begins to release, energy stabilizes, and the body becomes more efficient at utilizing stored fuel. You will notice that hunger cues become more controlled, cravings diminish, and the ability to maintain discipline throughout the day improves. This is not the result of extreme dieting or punishing workouts, but of aligning daily actions with the body's natural hormonal rhythms. By using the fasted morning window intelligently, you transform both your body and your relationship with food, creating a sustainable, effective approach to fat loss that targets the belly and supports overall health. Transformation, especially fat loss around the belly, is not just about a single routine or a single day of effort. It is about consistency and mindset. Many people approach fat loss with bursts of extreme effort, thinking that one workout, one diet, or one morning routine will magically produce results. The truth is far more subtle and far more powerful. Lasting change comes from the accumulation of daily, intentional habits performed over time. Every decision, no matter how small, compounds into either progress or setback. When it comes to fat loss, the morning routine is just one piece, but the commitment to repeat it consistently is what turns potential into results. Without consistency, even the most scientifically optimized routine loses its power, and even the most disciplined individual will struggle to see the transformation they desire. Mindset is inseparable from consistency. When you approach fat loss with the right mental framework, every action becomes purposeful. You understand that each glass of water, each minute of movement, each moment of mindful breathing before breakfast is not a chore, but a deliberate step toward a larger goal. How? This mindset shifts your relationship with effort from one of resistance to one of empowerment. Instead of asking, do I have to do this? You start asking, am I ready to invest in myself today? This subtle shift is profound because it changes the emotional experience of discipline. When habits feel like an act of self-respect rather than obligation, consistency becomes far easier to sustain. Fat loss, especially in the belly area, is often slowed not by lack of effort, but by inconsistency. One day you move, the next day you sleep in. One morning you drink water and focus on mindful breathing, the next you grab coffee and scroll your phone. These interruptions disrupt the rhythm of metabolism, hormone regulation, and fat mobilization. Over time, this inconsistency compounds, making it seem as if your efforts are ineffective. By committing to the daily practice of morning activation, hydration, movement, breathing, and intentional preparation for the day, you create a reliable rhythm that your body learns to respond to. Hormones like cortisol, insulin, and growth hormone begin to align predictably. Your metabolism becomes more efficient, and the stubborn belly fat that once resisted all efforts finally begins to release. Consistency also reinforces mental discipline throughout the day. When you start the morning with control, you carry that sense of empowerment into every other decision. You are more likely to make healthier food choices, resist mindless snacking, and prioritize physical activity even when life becomes busy or stressful. Fat loss becomes less about forcing your body into submission and more about creating an environment in which your body naturally operates in a fat-burning state. Each day that you maintain your morning routine strengthens your ability to act in alignment with your goals, making success a natural consequence rather than a struggle. Accountability is part of consistency. Even if no one else is watching, you are accountable to yourself. Every time you choose to hydrate, move, and focus your mind before distractions, you are reinforcing a personal standard. This accountability is not punitive, but empowering, creating a sense of ownership over your health and your results. When you honor this commitment daily, it cultivates confidence and self-respect, which are essential components of lasting transformation. You begin to see yourself not as someone trying to lose fat, but as someone who acts consistently in alignment with their goals. And that identity shift is powerful. Over time, small, consistent actions compound into visible change. You may not notice a difference after a single morning or even after a week, but the accumulation of repeated effort produces results that cannot be ignored. Belly fat begins to decrease, energy levels stabilize, and your body adapts to efficiently burn stored fuel. This process works because the body responds to patterns, not isolated actions. Consistency ensures that these patterns are maintained, that the hormonal environment remains favorable, and that your metabolism operates at its peak potential. Mindset also plays a crucial role in sustaining consistency. Obstacles, distractions, and fatigue are inevitable, but the right mindset allows you to view these challenges as opportunities to reinforce discipline rather than reasons to give up. You learn to associate effort with personal growth rather than temporary discomfort. You begin to recognize that the benefits of small, consistent actions extend beyond fat loss. They improve focus, mood, energy, and overall well-being. When you internalize this perspective, consistency becomes not just a strategy for fat loss, but a lifestyle principle that supports every area of your life. Accountability, mindset, and repetition together create momentum. As momentum builds, resistance decreases. What once felt difficult or inconvenient becomes natural and automatic. Your morning routine ceases to feel like a task and becomes a non-negotiable part of your day. This is the tipping point where effort transforms into results, and results reinforce further effort. The loop of habit, identity, and outcome strengthens, making consistency almost effortless. Finally, consistency and mindset teach patience and trust in the process. Rapid results are rare, and frustration can easily derail even the most scientifically sound strategies. By committing to daily actions and cultivating a mindset that values process over immediate outcomes, you allow your body to adapt, hormones to regulate, and fat to release in a sustainable manner. Over time, this patient, consistent approach not only reduces belly fat, but also strengthens mental resilience, self-discipline, and confidence. The power of consistent effort combined with the right mindset creates transformation that lasts, turning small daily choices into lifelong results and making sustainable fat loss not only achievable, but but inevitable. The journey to burning stubborn belly fat and transforming your body is not about shortcuts, extreme diets, or punishing workouts. It begins with simple, intentional actions taken consistently every morning. By prioritizing hydration, movement, and mindful breathing before coffee, you set your metabolism, hormones, and mind into a state of peak readiness. Leveraging the natural fasted state amplifies fat-burning potential, improves insulin sensitivity, and allows your body to use stored energy efficiently. But beyond these physical strategies, it is consistency and mindset that create real lasting change. Daily commitment to these habits shapes not just your body, but your discipline, confidence, and ability to make empowered choices throughout the day. Transformation is built through small, deliberate actions compounded over time. And when your mornings are intentional, the rest of your day follows in alignment. Every morning presents a new opportunity to take control, to act in alignment with your goals, and to honor the body you are working to transform. The power to burn fat, increase energy, and improve your health lies in the choices you make in those first precious moments after waking. Embrace the routine, trust the process, and stay consistent, and you will witness the results that so many chase but few achieve. Start today, commit to your mornings, and watch your body respond in ways you never thought possible.